Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, my name is Bill Daniels. I'm finally here able to begin my videos talking about depression. I'm sorry about the delay. I know some of you have been kind of hanging going, when is this guy going to get around to doing this thing? A little bit of news. I'm in my apartment right now. It's finally coming back together. We had a little bit of a mishap about a week ago where my ceiling completely caved in. Somehow there was some water damage up there and it completely collapsed and spewed dust and muck all over everything. The ceiling, thankfully, seems to be somewhat intact. The carpet, however, seems to be missing. I'm waiting for the carpet to come in and hopefully be reinstalled. I had this really grand idea of presenting a whole talk complete with note cards and video about what is depression, but I think the roof caving in was kind of my best analogy that I can come up with. It's one of those things that just hits you out of the blue. You don't expect it. It just is suddenly there, and everything all of a sudden is a mess. Now, in comparison, my ceiling, minor detail. It was an easy cleanup. We wheeled the dumpster over here. We put stuff in it. We called the contractor. The landlord came out. It was all fixed up in a couple of days. The downfall is I have to wait for carpet to come in, and it's inconvenient. Depression is a mood... depression is a mental illness that affects your mood and affects your outlook and ability to function. It is a clinical illness that over 3 million people, conservative estimates, are affected by nationwide. Those are just the people that are currently on record. I'm sure that there's still far more. There are different kinds of depression. There is a actual chemical imbalance that affects your brain and affects your ability to receive emotional stimuli. Those kinds of depression forms strike without warning and also tend to be treatable with some of the antidepressant medications. There is physical ailments that cause depression, a number of different mental handicaps, and I want to say brain traumas that can cause depression. And I'll just go on record to say I am not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a medical professional. What I am is a survivor of this issue. I'm not going to tell you what kind of depression that you might have. What I can say is that if you are afflicted with... Sorry, I got to stretch my choker there. If you are afflicted with some of the things that describe as depression, then I would suggest very strongly seeking out some professional medical help, either through a psychiatrist or a medical practitioner. Symptoms of depression could include everything from a prolonged feeling of loss or sorrow that lasts progressively longer than 2 weeks, a general lack of interest and productivity that can last longer than 2 weeks, or a general feeling of being unable to accomplish the things that you enjoy. For me, I love video blogging. I love talking to new people. I love meeting new people. Probably the place that I feel least depressed on the whole planet is standing up on a stage with over 10,000 people and talking to them every day on a microphone. I'm comfortable with that because I embrace the fact that I'm a goofy, weird, fat dude up on a stage and I'm the center of attention. I embrace it. When I'm not the center of attention, when I'm just average, everyday Bill Daniels walking around the streets of Springfield, things change a little bit. I don't feel a connection with people, I don't feel a connection to myself, and I don't feel a connection to my family. I do feel a prolonged feeling of inadequacy. I never said that I was a perfect public speaker. Imagine a feeling that you get right after you get dumped, right after a family member dies, right after your favorite pet dies. That deep, longing sense of broken sadness. That's what it's like to feel depressed. Imagine, if you will, nothing goes wrong in the world. Not a thing going wrong. It's a bright, sunny day, and you wake up with that feeling like you've just been dumped. That's what it's like to live with depression. Every day we just either wake up or we go throughout our day and suddenly it just strikes us overwhelmingly that something is wrong and we can't do anything about it. Or at least we feel we can't do anything about it. Depression builds, and it eggs people on to do really dumb things. It gnaws at us and drives us to try and fill this vacuous hole that we've suddenly developed, whether it's going out and binge drinking or binge eating. I'm no stranger to that one. Or binge sex. Whatever's available. Something to fill that vacuum that is there. The reason I'm taping this from my apartment and giving you my analogy for my ceiling caving in is that's what it's like. A rather sudden onset where everything just falls in on your whole world and you have to put everything on hold to deal with that. What are you going to do with it? That's why I want to start having these conversations. At least once, twice, maybe 3 times a week, I want to start posting these videos where I'm talking about the moods that I go through, how I deal with my depression. I've got lots of different things that I do that I'm trying to do on a healthy way rather than binge eating or sleeping around with 3 to 6 women a night like I used to after my divorce. That's a story for another blog. Not proud of that at all. I also want to make these funny. I want to make these fun. I want to make these entertaining. And I know right now it's really dour because this is just an intro video. But I want you to know this is just the start of a bigger conversation. And things are going to grow from it. Once again, I want to urge you that if you are struggling with depression, there is a wonderful counseling line, 1-800-SUICIDE. I kid you not, it is not a joke. It is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Call it. If you are genuinely feeling like you are struggling, call the line right now. If you need someone to reach out to, I will post my email once again in the link below. Remember, change the @ in the parentheses to the @ symbol, and you can get a hold of me at any point in time. Most of us all have a smartphone. We can all email out, and I'm always willing to take a message and talk you through this. Yes, I just picked my nose live on YouTube. Hi!